What having a strategy does is it aligns everybody in the organization towards one goal, agreeing a series of steps to get to that one goal.
The majority of the work that we do for our clients is normally on a project by project basis. So a client comes to us with a clear objective. Within a 6-week, 8-week, 10-week project, we're able to really unlock the answer to the question or the objective.
I'd probably break brand strategy down into 3 constituent parts. Exploration phase, where we're all eyes and ears. The definition phase, where we're defining what the brand stands for. And then the application phase, where you're taking that and expressing it into the products and the services that the brand is part of.
At the beginning of every project, we go through a immersion phase, and that's for us to really climb up that learning curve.
And it's a real exploration zone. We're learning lots.
We have to do a lot of desk research.
And we absorb lots of data and ideas that our client has got, perhaps from the data banks of information they've had in previous years.
And we also do stakeholder interviews. We speak to the key stakeholders within the business to understand their objectives.
Sometimes we do primary research in there as well.
We do store visits.
And we meet consumers in focus groups or one-to-ones and ask them lots of questions.
And as part of immersion phase, we also look at the competitive field, so the competitive landscape. By the end of the immersion phase, we really have got a clear understanding. We've got all the fragments from the different elements. So we have a really, really clear alignment and understanding for the strategic part, the next stage of the process.
The second phase is where you start to define what the brand stands for. We bring it down to sort of 4 main elements. Firstly, you need to know who the target customer is. What's the purpose of the brand? What does it exist for? If it wasn't here, would we miss it, and why would we miss it? What brand values does it stand by? Quite simply, we say, what are the things that drive the decisions that are made on behalf of this brand? What are the types of values that the brand managers take into consideration day in, day out and say, yes, that's the right thing for that brand. They are brand values. The brand personality, what characteristics, if this brand was a person, what attributes would it have? What brand characteristics? Would it be a happy, smiley brand? Would it be a somber, thoughtful brand? And if you get purpose right, and if you get values right, and if you get real clarity on personality, you can define your brand and make it different, special and better, unique in its category, in its sector.
We bring everyone into one room and we have a workshop. So we talk through the different strategic elements. Obviously it's bespoke, it depends on the type of project that we've got. But once that's finished, we're able to take all of our workings from our workshop into consumer research. And in the consumer research, we can take the hypotheses that we've built in the workshop and take them to consumers for their opinions, for their additions, for their thoughts and feelings. And from that, we really have got a strategy that's both works internally for the business and aligns with what the brand and the key stakeholders view as valuable, but also what their key consumer views as valuable.
Then you go on to the third phase, which is expressing the brand. It's the application of that brand. And that can be applied through advertising, social media. It can be applied through innovation. It can be applied through packaging. Very often, by the way, it's applied through the brand identity. The look, the feel, the name, the colorways, the photographic style, the illustrative style, typographic style, the fonts that are chosen. All of those ladder together and add together to create a perfect expression of the brand that's been defined in stage 2, which is a perfect expression of the brand that we've explored in the first phase, in the immersion phase. We have tangible output at the end of brand strategy, and our tangible output arrives in a couple of ways. The first thing is we never stop a brand strategy project without finalizing some key briefs. So this might be the brief to the ad agency with a good firm baton pass. Often we meet with the ad agency, we explain the brand strategy. They're perhaps even involved in the creation of the brand strategy so that we know when the brief is passed over, it's solid and it's firm and it's a good pass. Certainly at the end of a brand identity piece where we've defined all the logos and expressed the logos, the identity, all that sort of stuff, that always finishes in a brand guidelines document. Probably the best example, I think, is having a really good sound debrief at the end of brand strategy. We have one client who literally keeps the document. It's in her rucksack and she carries that around with her wherever she goes. And that's joy to our hearts, really, at Elephants, because they should be really livable, usable documents that are used on a day-by-day basis, because that means that the strategy that we've made is very tangible and it's usable, and therefore it's value for money for the client.